Turnkey rental properties are dead. They're finished. It's over. And as much as it pains me to say that, because I'm the guy who got started investing at a distance by working with a turnkey provider, I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but it's the truth. Buying turnkey rental properties in 2024 just doesn't work as an investment strategy. There's a couple of different reasons why. In the past, when I got started, when interest rates were low and prices were lower, it was easy to make them cash flow, even though the guy who had done the work remodeling it had taken up some of the profit. You could at least carve out a little slice of the pie for yourself and then count on consistent cash flow. But a few years later, I bought my first in 2020. It's now 2024, and in 2024, interest rates are high, prices are at all-time highs. It just doesn't make financial sense anymore to buy a turnkey rental property. And this pretty much goes for almost any market that I've run the numbers on. If you know of a market where they're still working, please let me know down in the comments, because I'd be very curious to see where it is, and I'd love to see how you're running the numbers. Again, the problem was with a turnkey rental, which for those of you who don't know, what that means is that you're buying a property that's being sold to you by a flipper. But instead of flipping the house to a homeowner, they're putting a tenant in it and flipping it to an investor. They buy a crappy, old, degraded, dilapidated house, they remodel it, and then they sell it to somebody like me who wants to put a tenant in there and cash flow on the long run. It was a great strategy. It was a great model. It worked really well from 2010 all the way up to even 2021, 2022. And I've been known to say on my channel that I really want people to get started investing in real estate with what I always like to call an easy W, a win. They put some numbers up on the board, they get a base hit, and they can start getting their feet wet, no pun intended, by getting into the rental property investing market with something that's a little more simple than a BRRRR strategy project or a multifamily unit or any of the other projects out there that people tout as how to get started investing. But unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, it's my job to make sure that I give you guys honest, relatable advice that will actually help you get on the property ladder. And the truth is, turnkey rentals aren't it anymore. You just can't do it, at least not in my market of Indiana. Now, I've got 21 rental units right now, and I think about 4 of them were single family houses that I bought that were turnkey. But starting in 2022, I stopped doing the turnkey model and I started doing value add. I really like the value add strategy, and there's no doubt about it, the BRRRR strategy or value add, buying the wedge, as some people like me, Kevin, like to call it, that strategy is better than turnkey, at least when it comes to putting money in your pocket as the investor, because not only are you going to get the benefit of cash flow over time, but you're also going to get the benefit of the forced appreciation when you build equity into a property by remodeling it. If you're interested in seeing some of the before and after videos that I've done on some of my rental properties, then I'll put the links for those in the description below. The value add strategy is great, and I've been saying this for a number of years, but what I've been saying to new investors, to people trying to get on the property ladder, is that it's a more complex, advanced strategy, and I really didn't recommend it for people who want to get their first rental. I just didn't want to see somebody make a mistake. Now, unfortunately, I think that the way forward, the only way that you can get started investing in real estate right now and still be somewhat safe and somewhat responsible and not too risky, is to do what I'm going to go ahead and coin as diet turnkey. That's right, it's going to be low calorie, zero sugar turnkey rental properties. Instead of getting a fully renovated property, I want you to get a 90% of the way there property. Something that just needs carpet, just needs some paint, maybe just the windows need to be replaced, and maybe it's not all of the windows. I don't want you to do a full-on BRRRR where you have to do flooring and siding and windows and kitchens and cabinets and bathrooms and all of that stuff and plumbing and electrical. It's too much. You're going to get confused. You're going to lose money. You're not going to estimate the cost properly. Your after repair value is going to come in wrong. You're going to get scorched if you do that. Instead, what I want to see you guys do is, like I said earlier, low calorie turnkey, all right? Turnkey light. It's the turnkey alternative. And I know that it's been a popular strategy for a number of years. I'm not the one who's sitting here trying to tell you that I came up with this. I didn't. A lot of people have been saying, find a property that needs minimal rehab and buy that. But I'm going to shift my advice for a newbie away from having your first property be a regular full-blown turnkey to now saying, if it needs somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $20,000 worth of work, depending on your market, 20,000 bucks might just be the cost of putting in new flooring if you're in California, or that could be the cost of a full remodel like it is for me in Indiana. So you need to be aware of where your local area falls in terms of costs But what I would like to see people do is find a project property that's just barely a project. It's just far enough out of the reach that a regular homeowner doesn't want to undertake all of that type of work, but that somebody who's actually doing the full-on burr strategy would look at it and laugh and be like, dude, this is like 3 days worth of work to swap some carpet out, change the blinds on the windows, and we're good to go. Turnkey light. Diet turnkey. Zero sugar, low calorie turnkey. That's how you're gonna be successful in 2024. And if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you guys as always for watching, and hey, we'll catch you next time.